Civic Center Park for Denver sits at the crossroads of government, community, culture, and commerce.
It's a great gathering place, and people like to go places where there's green space and history and art and usually something fun happening.
The heart and soul of our park system.
It's a place for art, culture, creativity, and the community to collide.
Great parks to make great cities, and Civic Center is the grand jewel.
We know that no matter how great a space is, it takes leadership to continue to activate it, monitor opportunities for advancement and improvement, and really just craft a grand vision.
The Civic Center Conservancy is a valuable partner because the City of Denver can't do everything. And the ability for us to partner with great stakeholders like Civic Center Conservancy, you can't put a price tag on it.
It's really a group of independent citizens who want to activate the park, to have the park be utilized.
If the Conservancy didn't exist, I don't think we'd be where we are today, either funding-wise or advocacy-wise.
The National Historic Designation of Civic Center Park creates this responsibility among our department, amongst the Conservancy partnerships, to preserve the legacy that was started.
It's very important to the history and the future of Denver.
One of my greatest experiences in the park has been to bring my grandchildren there. It's been personally significant in that I've been part of building a legacy for them and for future generations.
The state has been here a long time, this park's been here a long time, but it's just in the last 10 years that I think we have begun through the Conservancy to realize the potential of it.
When we started the Conservancy, we did so because there was really a clear need. Civic Center Park was, while much loved, it was often ignored.
I remember back when I worked at the Capitol that Civic Center Park was a place to be avoided, and you typically went out of your way to not go through Civic Center Park.
What really became clear is that it needed a long-term champion.
We've seen improvements to how it's been activated, a very significant number of new events added, and more people using it. And we've seen improvements to the infrastructure, which in large part was led by the leadership of the Conservancy.
It's truly exciting to see that our next 10 years can be devoted to the enhancements in the park.
Our goal is always to look for how do we improve this jewel, what we need to do to improve its longevity and sustainability and continue to be something of source of pride for the people who live here.
It's become such a great destination park in downtown Denver, really any day of the week.
Civic Center Eats is the place to be seen and to see people in the summertime in Denver.
Civic Center Eats is one of my personal favorites at Civic Center Park. I can tell you that I have personally put on about 20 pounds.
I love Civic Center Eats. And in fact, there's nothing more gratifying than to look out my window on a Tuesday and Thursday during the spring and summer and to see those carts, those trucks lined up, ready to serve.
It brings the office community out of their offices to a space that they perhaps would not normally visit throughout their work week.
The variety of food, the quality of vendors has improved over time. It just puts a smile on my face.
Civic Center Moves is a wonderful experience for those who would like to take fitness classes in the park.
With Civic Center Park again being the largest green space in downtown Denver, to be able to encourage our workers who are downtown to come to Civic Center to take one of the free fitness classes, I think is invaluable.
There's so many cities throughout the country that have really mastered the ability to bring active lifestyles into their public spaces. Denver was hungry for it, and the Conservancy really took the lead and made that happen.
The bike and movies are such a unique little program. You know, I've had people say, I've never been in Civic Center Park until I was able to ride my bike down there.
What's crazy about it is it's at night in Civic Center Park. And when we started this 10 years ago, nobody went into Civic Center Park at night. You just didn't do it.
It's one of those times that a lot of people actually aren't in Civic Center Park, so it kind of brings this new awareness about how this park can be, you know, something to everybody at all times of the day and night.
Wow, Independence Eve? I don't actually believe there's any place better in the entire Rocky Mountain West to see fireworks and celebrate the birth of our nation.
The pile of friends that comes and plops down on our blanket has grown from 6 or 8 to I think we had upwards of 25 last year at one point in time.
And it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what your background is, you do it together. And this is the place that brings us all together.
For me, it really made me feel like I lived in the best city in the world.
It's nothing like getting on that stage and seeing people going all the way back to the state capitol. So it's a powerful event, one of my favorite that occurs in downtown Denver, and one I hope and expect that will last the test of times.
One of our goals at Civic Center is to change childhood in Denver, for kids to go and to know Civic Center as part of the experience of growing up. And I can at least say for our 3 children, there is no better example of that. We drive past the park or we're coming over for lunch, and Margaret, our middle daughter, says this is where we go to see the fireworks.
If you look at every great urban park system in the country, they're starting to realize that you need these partnerships to make parks thrive.
We support the programming and activation of the park because building sustainable communities is very important to us.
We see it as a huge cultural icon in downtown Denver. We all live here and we all work downtown, and we felt that it was important for us to be part of this process to renovate this park and make it something that all of us can enjoy on a daily basis.
My birthday wish for the Conservancy is another century and more of successful programming and activation and enjoyed use by everyone in the community.
We as a community continue to give you the support and the advocacy to really drive forward your vision and to support your leadership.
We have no less of a goal than being one of the best parks in the entire world. I would wish us great success in doing that.
I wish for the 10th birthday that there are just as many passionate people 10 years from now as there are today.
My wish for the 10th birthday of the Conservancy is that it's just the 10th year of many more years to come.
We look forward to being part of it for the next 10 years, the last 5 as we've watched this transformation from a struggling nonprofit to being very strong and having a tremendous impact on this community and certainly on the park itself.
My wish is that we can continue to move forward in the right direction and continue with our enhancements and truly make this the place for everyone in our city to want to be.
My big hope and wish, of course, is that we continue to grow our partnership and that the Civic Center Conservancy continues its great stewardship of the park, and that we, and in utilizing and leveraging that stewardship, we continue to create an even more polished crowning jewel for all the people who want to come and enjoy the park.
My dream for you all over the next 10 years and the 10 years after that is that you continue to do the great work that you do, inspiring all of us to think about Civic Center Park in a whole fresh new light.
My birthday wish would just be for continued success and great programming for the good of the community.
My birthday wish for the Conservancy is that it's around and leading the efforts in this park for 100 more years.